Hi group one, hi group one, welcome to your selection. So you chose the butterfly energy. Okay. What is the current gossip on you today? Let's pull from the archetypes cards. These are the Carolyn Abyss or Carolyn Amiss archetypes. This is a text that we use very intensely at Felicia and Trees Tarot, and I'll talk more about why in my tarot deck collection, which is getting uploaded to Felicia and Trees Tarot to Exo Felicia and Trees YouTube diaries very soon. So if you want to know more about this deck for XOXO Gossip Girl, you know you love me, okay? LOL. So let's get into it. I'm hearing that you are the it girl, or you're the it factor, you're the it person, and I just think that you don't like it. Like, I think that this is hard for you to, like, this is really hard to deal with. Maybe you guys, this feels like there's a lot of spotlight on you, or you have a very big crown. But I think that there's so much pain and shame here as well. And I think that you just, I don't think that you're unstable, but I think that you are juggling your perspective about the shadow sides of this life in the spotlight is what I'm hearing. The shadow sides to a life in the spotlight, okay? So this could be the gossip with you, okay? The gossip could be that you keep a lot of secrets, okay? And I also think that, you know, there's violence here, okay? Because you have a crown, but you were attacked. Your crown was attacked, and I think that that might be why you are defensive and angry and resorting to violence for your cause, because there was something violent that happened to you, and these people, I'm hearing that it was extremely disrespectful. So I think that this insurrection is a challenge in your life, and it plays a big role in shaping who you have really been meant to become. This is really, like, a lot of this is surrounding your purpose in life and how you've reached financial freedom in a way. Some of you guys have immigrated to a new country, and they see that you have gotten financially free in a new country. Something where maybe you traveled a lot, or they're watching a lot of multiculturalism, and they see that this travel and multiculturalism and unity and diversity, equity and inclusion is what has contributed to your financial freedom or your great fortune, your major success in your life. So they see that a big part of this purpose-driven work that you're doing has brought justice to a matter, but it was really something where it took a lot of effort, or it took a lot of pain, growing pain, to get justice in this situation. So definitely address the previous states of existence. I think that your purpose was always to bring justice for yourself. But then when you, like, something where you may have, like I said, there was a lot of growing pains and a lot of shifting and changing your perspective about something in society as a whole. And maybe you realized that this was a conventional issue that you were having, or a convention or norm, or some type of conformity that had been adopted in society, and this really made you, like, this was really disheartening. I think that, like, I think that you have gotten justice in a situation, and you are literally on the map. So there's no hiding you. You're not hidden. You're in plain sight. you are extremely, like, you existing after doing all this growing pains and balancing the scales of justice around a matter that was really unjust. It feels like it's a bittersweet or complex set of emotions. I definitely do think that there's a lot of anger here. So some of you guys are wearing a lot of red, and that's what people could be saying about you. That you're struggling with rage or anger. Because if it was a conventional issue, and if it meant that there was like very little hope for you in a matter, but you defied odds anyway. And you're definitely on that map, friend. So there's no hiding you. And so if people really tried to, if there was a lot of pain, or like if there was a lot of painful endings, I think that those were really big lessons to show you a pattern of behavior of conformity, and reflected back to you this shadow that you needed to acknowledge about how you've been observing yourself navigating the world. And they see that you continue to have the same conventional issue in a situation, and they see that you're like, okay, I must need to change my action in a way. And so some of them, they feel like how you got injustice is in a very, like, it has been in a very violent way, because your cause, like, you put that thing on the map in a very violent way, and you let people know that you're very defensive. If they thought that, like, something where it was a conventional problem where you kept getting attacked, or you kept taking L's for something, or you kept people kept projecting that you were not able. And I think that was really strange, because you always knew that you were better than them. And I think that's something that they, like, we have the artists, something that they were projecting was like a conventional thing. Some of these people, they projected onto your skin color, and like made and they determine whether you are able or not based on your skin color. So that's a colorist, right? LOL. Okay. And these are actually really, really deep fears, because that represents, like, if someone's a colorist, it's not a, like, I think that when you got down to the heart of the matter, it wasn't about, like, whether, like, it didn't matter if they were attracted to your beauty, but what was more disheartening about a colorist was that, like, they, I don't know, what's most disheartening about a colorist is that that could be, like, really something that a variable that you could not control, and so it'll almost always yield in a failure or an inevitable ending. I'm hearing something where it's karmic, it ends karmically, and this doesn't be, you have to be about, some type of, we don't have to like be so woke about it, but I think that truly this was like a convention, and it was a conventional problem that people were having, where they projected onto you in some type of way. Okay. And it's like, people are gossiping. The gossip is that your symbols that you use to break people free from the conventional projection that they keep having, they see that this is the violent insurrection. Is that you are this amazing artist that's on the map, but you are, like, the way that you have expressed this conventional problem that you've been having through is beyond the five senses. There's something, it's something that has embedded into people's psyche. So when you express these symbols in a way, it's very harmful. Like I said, it's an attack on their psyche, and you are creating neurotic and anxious and psychotic psyches from these expressions that are beyond the five senses. These people that are like, I think that when you get to the heart of the matter, the root cause of it has been that they have been really, like, they haven't really been multisensory modalities. These people are just really material people. So they only consider the material benefit in a matter, and they're not spiritually empowered. So some of them, they make a lot of conventional decision making. Like conservatives, they could be making conservative decisions because that is their material concern. And it's when you get down to like the root, like, I think that this is really a technical thing and not a personal matter. Some of it, especially if some of this is around some type of data analysis. I think that some of you guys are having issues at work. I keep getting like a lot of heart palpitations at work. Like there's a lot of stress at work. Okay. Like some of you guys are having to defend data at work. LOL, something like that. You're having to defend some data at work. Well, I was gonna say something else. I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like in this situation, if you are at work and you're realizing that something was a technical issue, like I said, like conservatives have people will align their decision with what is the majority rule, which is the established convention. And you need not take this stuff personally a lot of the times, okay? And just, I think that you've gotten violent through this whole matter, because I think that it doesn't really feel like you have. I think that really people have been projecting onto your beauty friend, and maybe you're speaking out about these pretty punishments and things of that nature, because you have really been taking major L's because of some kind of conventional projection that people keep having. Okay. And you realize that I think that is your Chiron healing really is where you realize that these are actually your deepest fears come to pass. So these physical abuse that you've been enduring, this verbal abuse that you've been enduring, this conventional problem that you've been having, is actually your deepest wounds healing, because I think that they reflect to you something that you wish that people would not project onto you. And maybe you work really hard. I don't know what this could be, but I think that maybe you worked really hard to try not to have someone project that, and or not have this issue. And when people make this projection, it really is heartbreaking, because you're like, that is so totally not who I am. And it can really, you really feel misunderstood or alone, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Group 1. Okay, children, I was definitely going to say something about that. I was going to say that this gossip may surround your parents. And then we have the 10th house. Discernment. Okay. I think that you might be dating someone who has children. Okay. And this person, they have a community that they've had before they've known you. These people, maybe there's something where they could be talking about your children, or these are this person's, a romantic partner's child or children. This feels like a big loving community, truthfully, Fran. And I think that they didn't, before you have gotten to this recognition and rewards for being this outstanding artist, you have been met with a conventional issue in your community. And this makes you feel so isolated and so rejected and abandoned. But you are now a loving community. So let go of the violence. Okay, I think you just are using your discernment. You see her face? She's like looking at, she got her paintbrush out. And she's not fucking around. If she's out in this rewards and recognition and things of that nature, out in the community, but with a position of authority. And so there will be people who you always on the edge about protecting against some type of violence with the children or something like that. But what else was I gonna say right before that? I think that if you're dating someone that has children, I feel like the gossip could be around some recent press around children, and I think that you've come to this point in your life where you're you feel so, I think that these are deep wounds that have been getting healed. And it has, the way that you have transcended these conventional problems that you've been having that have been leading to karmic endings is through like a lot of violence. Okay, there's been a lot of violence, friend. And I think that a part of you, what feels so crazy is people, I'm hearing that like this gossip is like people are saying that there's always some type of violence against you and you're like doing nothing to them. I think that it's so strange, and these people think it's strange too. So like you've reached this loving community now, but this community that you come from was a family violence where you kept getting met with a parent, like maybe, I'm sorry, wait, I'm hearing that all of your romantic partners have had children. And I think that that was one of your deep fears in life, is that you would have to marry someone who has children. And that you could be talking about this, how you don't want to marry someone that has children, or you didn't like their friend group or something like that. Or maybe you love it there. So this is a different way of relating, functioning, and living. This is home, is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. But for others, you're having to talk about this. Maybe you're finally home. You got this crown and this artwork that's renowned now. But I think that you still get triggered with this home life, or where you come from. You might be in a synergetic relationship now, but it can still trigger abandonment issues when you have that, like you never felt really accepted at home, is what I'm hearing. Okay, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And I think that you've went across and you've traveled the world and you've found so many kindred spirits and people who play a big role in your community now and love you. But there's still a deep wound around where you come from, where you were met with a conventional problem. So I think that every time that happened, though, you were promoted, and these people were forced to watch you as their superior. And I think that that's a lot of gossip as well. And they literally, I think that what is irritating is that they have to watch you work on manifesting yourself through the 10th house. They have to watch you, they have to watch your house. They have to watch your career. They watch you stay ambitious and motivated. But I think that that's also that ego shadow reflection that you needed to acknowledge to integrate. While you almost always dead at them, you always eat, but it could be a ego bruising when you're met with the conventional issue again. Okay, so I think that now you're like, this is stuff that happened when you were a child, and you are very mature now. Okay, and you're very grown up now, and you've been promoted, and you have this social image that is so annoying. But just use an orb discernment, friend, before, especially on this social image, because you have an authority position in the community. but I think that this has been an insurrection. And, you know, this is a loving community, but we do get violent. So, especially if these people come for your house. And I think that where the gossip is also, you know, what I was getting going a little bit. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I just smoked. But, so I got my head is a little high, but I think that, like, this gossip is definitely, it is about a lot of violence that you have faced. And I feel like you're always attacked, and this is like people lacking discernment in a matter. It's like the conventional problem, a lot of this, it's like, let me leave out the critical race theory. Okay. Put a pin in that. I think that, like, the conventional problem that you could have been having is that a lot of people, they attack you and you're literally not doing anything. And it's like something where you try to make yourself as least threatening as possible, and somehow you become the biggest threat. Like, you became most wanted. You literally got, like, some of you guys literally got on America's Most Wanted list, and it was like literally a group of people, a group of bullies. Like, I'm hearing a group of bullies that were attacking, and you're like literally doing nothing. And I think that's your deep fear, a deep, like, childhood wound as well, deep childhood wound as well, where you kept getting bullied, okay? And you're literally not doing anything to anybody. So it's like this group of bullies project onto you because they lack discernment and fall into a falsehood. So they see that you started getting violent back to protect yourself as self-defense, because you're literally not doing anything to these people, and you keep getting attacked violently. I'm even hearing psychic attacks as well, and children attacking too. It was like crazy. And I also feel like some of this gossip could be around your children, and you know, what their family life could be like or something like that. So the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Cups, yeah, and then the Five of Swords. Yeah, I think that you're so totally bored, friend, okay, with the Four of Cups. Like, these people, I know that you take up this authority role in the community, but you have just been so, like, dried up by this constant violence and conflict, where you keep getting attacked and you're not doing anything. People keep, like, projecting, you know, onto your skin color, or they keep doing something weird in your home, okay, like incest, or some type of, like, something where somebody keeps sleeping with, like, a sister or something like that. Or maybe they'll choose, like, a plastic surgery, and you're just like, you're not attracted to that whatsoever. So these people have been inappropriate surrogate homes. These are not people who have the same values as you. And honestly, you keep getting sick because they're just, like, gross. Like, it's like something where children keep attacking you as well. You're like, I don't know you. Like, something where children are attacking you, plastic surgeries are attacking you, gay men are attacking you, people are projecting onto your skin color, maybe they are racial profiling you. I think that, like, there's a lot of the same conventions going around, and you're just like, you're such an idiot. Like, something where you feel like, you know, if these are strangers, you definitely feel like they're idiots, because they're so, like, a lot of these are outmoded beliefs or negative thought patterns that they have on repeat, and it shows, like, that they're a zombie, okay, in the apotheosis. So that makes you scared, I think, as well, or you just are prone to a lot of violence because they're a zombie in the apocalypse, right? But I think that another situation where you might be dating someone that has children, and you just don't want to date them. I mean, I don't think that you might like them, but you don't like the children, is what I'm hearing. Something where you don't like the children, you don't like the house, you don't like the people, you don't like it. That's what I'm hearing, because it was like, you know, it was a lot of violence thrown at you, and you're just like, I didn't do anything to you. It was literally just people projecting onto your home because of their scarcity and their violence, they just immediately started doing that to you, is what I'm hearing. Like, yeah, these people are violent, and I think that you're just like bored with their violence. You're just like, I'm not a violent person. It's like they keep doing something violent, and it's because that's how their home is. Like, it's like, why would you act like that in my house? Like, no, y'all gotta go, because your social image, you're like, you know, some of these are your relationships with some of these children that don't know how to act in your house. But I think that, like, you know, they want to come around and be a loving community and stuff like that, and they really do love you. But I think that, and they're so invested in you as this loving community, but there's been a lot of their violence, like a lot of them attacking you, and you're just like, I'm not, like, I'm like, what's making you attack me? Like, I don't know you. Like, I haven't said anything to you or done anything to you. It's like something where they won't leave your house either. It's like people are literally forcing themselves onto you, and it's just like, it's like you're forced to be their parents or something like that. Like, you're forced to like talk to them, and you're just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have children or something like that. You keep telling people that you don't want to have the children, like, or you don't want to date somebody that has children, or they're just like, we don't like the children or something like that. Or you don't like the people in the community because they were first very violent towards you, and you're just like forced to tolerate talking to them or something, because it involves business, is what I'm hearing. Okay, we have the good lady. Yeah, it's like something where they attack you and you just like didn't do anything to them. You're like a good person. Yeah. Okay, it's like something where there's a woman that's a bully in the environment. This woman is older than you, and it's like that maybe you came to work or something like that, and you had like this woman started bullying you at work because they were like, it's like something you didn't do nothing to them, but they were just like an ancestral pattern, especially if they're from the same cultural group as you. It's like, oh my god, that's so gross. Like something where their ancestral pattern of a conventional like karmic ending has literally been making you sick to your stomach. Like, you're so apathetic by this point because you're like, I'm why are you attacking me? I didn't do nothing to you. So they see you started attacking back, like, you dumbass bitch, get off me, you hoe. I'll beat your ass. Like, please back up. Don't ever think it's sweet over here, bitch. Like, something where you're like, you don't know them with the 4 cups. You're just like, they're just people who are bullying you, and they just keep making up some type of conventional story or doing some type of conventional thing, and this person literally binded themselves to you. So you're just like, you're like forced to be their like child or something like that, or you're forced to be their parent. Like, it could go either way, but it's just like a situation where you're forced to be in a community with them for business, is what I'm hearing. You're like, ugh, like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, something where you're just like, after recovering from an attack or an adversity that they put you through because they were projecting it like with an ancestral pattern, and this is literally making us want to throw up. Like, something where you're just like, no, we ain't doing business with them. We ain't doing business with them. I'm not gonna sit around and hang out with you after you did something that made me sick. Okay, something that was gross, like they stank. It's something where they smell bad. They were a catfish, or something where they were not great. Okay, group 1. Oh my gosh. Until tomorrow, let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your selection. Okay, so this is the person that's in competition for A. This is the person that's in competition. But it's okay. The competition's over. You toss both of them in the trash, is what I'm hearing. Okay. It's like something where you realize that it was a competition for somebody's heart, and you were like, oh, or like you were like, oh, I didn't know that. So you totally switched directions, is what I'm hearing. You didn't know it was a competition. Like, somebody was in a secret competition, and this is the current gossip, okay? They literally watched you toss your hair in a bun, drink some coffee, and get that shit done, and you totally moved in a totally new direction. Whoever was in competition for A, LOL, yeah, it's like you got a good outcome, because the person that was in the competition was fake love, okay? LOL. We have house. And then, yeah, there was a third party get together. So this I'm hearing that you didn't know that it was a competition for them. It was somebody that put a binding spell on your house because they saw that this man had your financial security. And so they they tried to have a third party. They had a third party in your house. Okay. And that was strange. So we just moved around. We good. I'm hearing, bigger and badder. That's a good outcome. We ain't gotta say nothing else about it. We ain't gotta say nothing else about it. I'm hearing that there's a lot of gossip about your butt. Okay. Because I don't know what happened, friend. Like, you might have glowed up this ass or something like that. So when you realized that it was a competition, and it was like, maybe it was a competition with somebody that had a big butt, right? And like, the good outcome is that you got a big butt too, friend. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so some of y'all recently could have straightened your hair, and so people could have literally just seen you. The gossip around could be around your hair or how it looks straight or something like that. LOL. This is somebody that was in a beauty contest, y'all. Okay, but it's like something where you're like, if they were going around trying to be a convention, right? Like if they were going around looking for a big booty or long hair, you're like, oh, I got a big booty and a long hair too. That's a good outcome. Free. That's gross. And I think that when you realize that it was somebody there that had a big butt, or you realize it was some kind of convention, baby, I'm hearing you got out of the house so damn quick. Get out of the house so quick, friend. You go ahead, you pack up the house. I'm hearing something where they see you sold the house. Yeah, they seeing that you sold the house. You ain't even want no more. You got a new man. LOL. Yeah, I think that you felt like this was an exploitation of your form, because it's like something where this person, this romantic partner, had I think that means that, like, if they were out with a third party that had like where they felt like the third party had a better body than you, that some of them, like when they had your financial security or something like that, they were just trying to bind themselves to you for a house, but they wanted to like go have sex with somebody that they thought that had a better body, but something where you ended up disillusioning their body. Okay, it's like the good outcome is that you look better than them. After they exploited your form and nature and tried to trap you in a relationship for a house, is what I'm hearing. This masculine tried to trap you in a relationship for a house, and they see that you got a better house. You sold their house and got a better house. And I'm also getting the gossip around this is literally that, like, this person, they tore this person's house down, y'all. Like, whatever happened, your new partner or something like that. They're savages. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm hearing that when you found that it was a get together in your house with somebody that they thought had a bigger booty or longer hair, you were like, that was totally exploitive. Get the fuck out of my house, you dirty ass bitch. Like something where this masculine guy, they had to get out. And they see you did what you needed to do. You got that work done, you healed, and you repaired your body, mind, and spirit, and got a better man that tore their house down. Not a get together. In my house, that's wild. That's wild, because you might have felt like I think that this was, you were never really connected to this matter. I think that you were very detached in this house, which is probably why they had, a get together. They wanted to do this. They wanted to hurt you on purpose, because this person knew that your love was a pure spirit. But I think that whoever was in competition for them lost the competition. Okay. I think that you feel very exploited and uncomfortable. It's like the get together ended, but so did your relationship, because you might have felt very disrespected in this situation. But I think that I think where you can find a silver lining is that you were never really committed to them in the first place. I think that the good outcome is that you see the bigger picture in the matter, where this is just someone that helped you get a house, okay? And that you didn't really want anything else from them. Like, the people are gossiping and saying that you were never intimate with this person, or you never wanted to be intimate with them anyway. So if they had another woman or get together, that's why. It's because you didn't want it, okay? So that's... They just bought you a house and sent you, and you're like, some of them, they did this because they consider you to be a child, and this, you're just like, oh, those are my parents. Okay, those are your parents. The get together was your parents. Okay. For some of you guys, but if this was another person that was like, someone of your age group or something like that, or even someone younger, this person was definitely hideous and they lost. Okay, so that's the gossip as well. Whatever third party situation ended, some of you guys, you are a power couple, and you know that these people that they were, the get-togethers, they literally were just exploiting those people. Like something where they had, I think that this was a situation as well, kind of like piggybacking off of Power One, where they might have went to explore options because they felt like you were not able. And I think that I was wanting to flesh this out a little bit more too, is that I think that this really, I think that you were always very independent and detached from this situation, so you were never really, I think that you never really let this person touch you, or, and I think that that was your power in a situation or something like that. This could be a work relationship, but I think that you definitely did not let this person have authority over your life. And when you took your power back in a situation, it totally brought justice to the matter. It was like, you were like, wait, like, I think that there was a big reevaluation in this situation, because some of you moved on, or if it wasn't about your body. Because a lot of you guys, your body is better than theirs, or, it might have transformed over time. But I think that, especially if it happened over time, they really lost you, because they know that, like, it was a journey of you, of growing pains for you to get to this banging body now, okay? But you might have felt like this whole situation was an exploitation of your form and your nature to receive them in a way where they bound themselves in a house, to have to use your namesake for a house. But the good thing is that you never gave them the authority over your own choices of your life, and you put your trust in the divine. Especially when when this person showed up with a house for you, you were very suspicious of them. You knew that it would meant that you would work together in a way, but I don't think that you put any expectations on what the relationship would be like and look like. And I think that maybe you were a little disappointed that things didn't work out, or that they, like, I think that you just gave this, I think that time told, Fran. And so, when they never showed up, like, or they never, like, I don't know, this feels so complex. I don't know how whatever happened, you could, like, this is literally just a financial relationship. This could be like a lot of physical security or domestic bliss. But I think that this situation was like, you never let them make your choices for you. And so it was divine timing for when you got the realization about the get together or the third party that was in your house, that you had other options lined up that were bigger and better. For one. Two, you had already went through those growing pains and had already got your body together, and you look better than the other person. LOL. and I also think that it was a conventional problem, you know, as well, where they were trying to body type or something like that when you were not funny, like when you were not fully developed or something like that. You could also just feel like they never wanted you because, you know, they just knew that you would be like a friend. I think that you knew this person knew that you were the one for them. And you might have thought they knew that you had the most beauty in a situation, but you just were like, you know, they were out exploring options just to exploit them. Okay. And you know, some of them do have a bigger butt or something like that, and you're just like, we just don't have the same values, or you're very confident and secure within yourself. You don't really care about that. That's not what you want to. I'm hearing something where that's not what you want to look like anyway. Okay, so you're like, if that's what you want, then we definitely don't have a sexual intimacy. So, LOL. So, let's see. Let me get some cards here. So, because I feel like I'm looping, but I feel like with this unhealed masculine energy, that was the person, the third party was unhealed masculine energy. Like, it was literally gross. Okay, it was gross, friend. This person was literally fighting and attacking, begging for, like, for a fee or something like that. Begging for a fee or something like that. Okay, somebody's begging. Okay. I think that you are very secure within yourself after healing, but I think that this binding to your house, you just felt like it was totally disrespectful to your form and nature, and you feel like they took a big risk. Okay, they took a big risk. We shocking everyone. Yeah, psychic death, right? This person lost. This third party, they were literally somebody that was fighting and attacking, somebody who was obsessed with you. It was a convention, okay? It was a conventional problem for them to be, you know, having a get together with somebody that was obsessed with you in your house. But something that they're gossiping about recently that you've done, literally have shocked people. Like, people, I think that they projected that you were not capable, or your body shocked everybody. They didn't expect your body to look like that, okay? For a lot of them. And I think that, you know, it's like, also, it was clear that you were their home with the house, and so they were just doing this to exploit those other women. And you might have felt disrespected as well, because it's like you were a power couple with this person for you guys to have built this home. What I'm saying. I'm hearing very powerful couple. So this get together in the house with somebody that was, you know, fighting and attacking and defensive, and it was making you grossed out. And I think that you just were like, oh, I don't really want it anyway. Okay, so that's all right. I'm hearing that when you got this was divinely timed. The psychic death was perfect, because it was just like you were never burdened by the get together. You never, like, some of you guys weren't even, you know, by the time you have realized it was going on, all of your problems about what you could be, you know, what could be triggering you, like what could be triggering to you, were resolved or something like that. It's like your body shocked everybody. It's like if they were looking for a better body, that was weird. Like, I think that you felt your nature was exploited, where you felt like they were maybe just using you for power, but they were like around trying to shop around for a better body. But then it was divinely time for their body to get disillusioned, or for you to work on yourself, and your body came out as like a 10 or something like that. And your healing of your physical body gave this person a psychic death. Okay, there's a lot of talk about how your ass was preferred. Is what I'm hearing. Your behind was preferred. And it was, I think that you're so unhappy in this home now, because you realize that it was like they were deliberating about your physical appearance when you were not even considering intimacy with them. You knew that you guys would work together on a home, but you think that, like, you know, I think that you are very compassionate and objective, and you really didn't take it personally, but you kind of just, like, objectively speaking, they were exploitive, and they did take a big risk with you. And I think that you just decided to sell the home, or you got a better home. Okay. Yeah, the 9 of Wands in the reverse. The Chariot, yeah. They got a psychic death. They're done, though. I don't think that this could drain you psychically anymore. So you're not, I think you're just like moving very far away from them. This person, whoever was the third party, they were literally fighting and attacking your masculine. They were obsessed with your person. So like these are third parties that won't take no for an answer. Okay. Because they were obsessed with your body. Or like while it was an out of control situation with this unhealed masculine energy, the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, could definitely be Cancer with the Chariot here. This feels like a Cancer. They were easily offended by something, or they had an internal struggle around your body, okay, with the 9 of Wands. They were obsessed with you. And I think that like some of these, you might feel like if they had a third party in your house, that means that they had sex with them. I think that means that like that makes you feel gross that they touched somebody that was obsessed with your body. Okay, some of you guys feel molested, or you feel sexually harassed by these people. Okay. Some of them, they were trying to bind themselves to you in a house for power, but they were like trying to go like have sex or do something for hair, skin, and nails. And then you're like, maybe after healing yourself, you came out with your hair, skin, and nails and was looking better than everybody, and that's why everybody's shocked. Okay. I'm also getting that people are shocked that there was a third party here, because your relationship was so deep and tenacious, and you guys were so empowered with one another. But I think that it was just like a relationship that you used for self-mastery. I think that you really were not super romantically involved with them. Okay. And this was just your opportunity in life to get a house. And I think that does fulfill your spiritual purpose. Friend, the good outcome is that this third party lost. They got a psychic death. Whatever they were doing to drain you was weird. Okay. It was a big risk that they took to have a get together with somebody. I'm hearing something. If you saw them with third party energy, it totally created a lack of trust, and so the relationship may have broken down. I think that you're done, because you got a better offer somewhere else, or you got a relationship where you can trust them a lot more. Somebody, someone more mature, someone that was overseeing this matter. People are starting to gossip about it. Yeah, they got wild and out of control. Like, yeah, they're with they have a third party while they know that you're the one for them or something like that. Okay. And I think that it's literally because they're enraged about something, and I think that you're just so uncomfortable now that you're not like, you don't feel like, you just don't trust them anymore. So they keep chasing up behind you now is what I'm hearing. Okay. This is like so gross. Like, they're not satisfied where they are, and I'm hearing that they are like, they have, like, that's so strange that they have the third party. This is like so strange. Somebody who's out of control, angry with a fight and attack about your home with this person. Like, something where this third party is fighting and attacking about the home that you have with this person. And this is like, it's like something where you're just sitting there like, I don't know what to say or do, because like, I'm just like, why are you in my house, forcing yourself into my house, when it's like somebody who's just not feminine. Okay, somebody that's not feminine, someone that attacks you for being feminine. And they just left the house or something like that. It's like something, or they just want you to sit there with them, with this person. They just want you to have like a get together with this person or something like that. And you're just like, no. Like, don't talk to them. Like, you're not talking to them anymore. That's what I'm hearing. And this is the psychic death. It's like, you stop talking to them. Just don't say nothing. Okay. Group 3, group 2, let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Tiger 3, welcome to your selection. So, what's the current gossip on you? You're the star. LOL. So, the current gossip on you could be about your good gent. Okay, I'm hearing that this is an older, mature man. And this person is married or something like that, or they got a family. And this person that came around and have welcomed you or something like that, or made you feel right at home. LOL. But this is like you're getting a lot of high honors in this situation. So this is actually a beautiful ending. You are about to be living your dreams, is what I mean. After giving somebody a psychic death, this person can no longer bind themselves to your house. Okay, so it's time for them to go. LOL. I think that there's more adventures to be had. Okay, you're very lucky and you're very protected, divinely protected, but I think that you just focus on yourself. Okay, focus on what you want to do in life, because if you're like, I think that this is not a time that you really are looking for a relationship anyway. And I think that there's a lot of collaborating, there's a lot of exploring ideas with other people, maybe even assessing romantic feelings, but I think that you're really just still learning what you want in life, and you are already rich, or you're already so young and so successful. So don't stress about anything, okay? We have the bully, we have the athlete, and then we have the mediator, okay? I think that, I think that people are gossiping about how you intimidate people with this athleticism, okay? This skill that you have as an athlete is very intimidating. Like, some of y'all are pole dancers, and y'all, this is very sexy and things of that nature. But, I know I have a group of pole dancers in here, so I'm just going to talk about it freely. If you do this pole dancing, or you do something that requires a lot of strength and flexibility and range of motion, friends, people looking at you doing this sport, and they're balking. Okay. I'm hearing something where there's an older woman in the environment that you can learn a wisdom from, because this, like, you guys doing this sport, or you guys doing this dance and movement, friend, it's like, yeah, this is like a lot of wild cat energy. Y'all, it is literally so wild. These people looking at it, it's like, wow, that's really intimidating. Like, seeing a flying woman or something like that, like, that's very intimidating. Seeing a flying person on the pole is very intimidating, because, like, wow, like, how do you lift yourself up like that? And only especially if you had to build this strength up, like, if you couldn't do these movements before and now you can, that's like, damn, that's a lot of practice and discipline and working and exercising and eating right, friend. That's a lot of consistency right there. Okay, it's already shown a lot of consistency. Consistency has not been a problem. That's the problem. I think that, like, literally, y'all, the problem is that, seeing you doing this is very intimidating. So they, like, every time they see it more and more, they get more and more intimidated or something like that. And it's really because, like, if you find their energy getting defensive or something like that, it's because they have an ulterior motive, and they get defensive about their ulterior motive that they could be hiding from you. They're really hiding, they're really hiding who they truly are, is what I'm hearing. They're really intimidated, is what I'm hearing, yeah. They're theft. Coffin, LOL. Whoever was stealing from you, we in deep thoughts about these people. in the fatality that this was, because how they behaved when they saw a star. Okay, you're a siren. If you're a man, you're a siren. You're a star. Some of y'all people are just looking at your growth, and they're still trying to figure out how, like, some of you guys are on a social media account, and you can have like a lot of followers on this social media account. Like, you can literally be a celebrity, and people are literally watching the account still growing. Like, they're like, wait, we cannot even, like, you're literally knocking people's socks off, knocking their hats off with all this growth that you're doing. I think that you also, I think that's something recently that people could be gossiping about, is where you call somebody stealing, friend. You call somebody stealing, and you are just like, what? Why was you stealing? Stealing a notebook and some motherfucking pens, like. Like, you ain't got shit. Yeah, oh my god. Yo, the gossip on you is that whoever these people who was stealing, it came to the light. The more stardom and more awards and recognition that you got, friend, it came more into the light how they stole, right? And it just came out in the open. Everybody gossiping about this. They were like, you're a star now because everybody was stealing from you. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. You're a maven now, okay. Yeah, this is what I knew. You gave him a psychic death, friend. Yeah, it's something when you became a stripper, like when you became a stripper or a pole dancer, or you started act, you became this amazing, like when you became a pro at your sport or something like that. You gave this person an ending. You put whatever you did as a maven, literally gave this person the biggest fucking L they've ever seen in their life. I'm hearing that this was a fatality, this coffin. Because they got exposed as a false person. Friend, they were really intimidated and stuff like that. That's why they was stealing, friend. Everybody's gossiping about how this person was stealing. They were trying to steal the wealth, friend. And you were like, wait. Yeah, when you became a stripper, something happened. It was a fatality. This was really bad. This person's going to prison or something like that, or there's like a really great fortune that this person has watched you inherit. Like, whoever this person that was stealing from you because they were intimidated by you, they were stealing your wealth because they didn't want you to have financial security. This person's fears about you came to the light. And it's like something where they tried to say that you were snitching on them or something. They said you called the military or you called law enforcement. Okay, but I'm getting that, yeah, this person you didn't know that this person was being fake at the get together. They was negotiating with an ulterior motive because they was really trying to steal your wealth, friend. It was gross. Yeah, but when everybody caught this person stealing your belongings, they got exposed as like a hustler or a booster. They got exposed as a booster, friend. Okay. Because this person, this was something that you had to transcend. Because I think that you have been maybe dealing with a handicap, or you were still trying to get strong, and there was somebody that kept stealing your stuff. Like, maybe your stuff kept getting stolen at the strip club or something like that, or at the locker room, or whatever. This person was coming around, whoever this is, they were trying to steal wealth, friend. And so they kept coming around trying to chit chat with you, trying to do business with you. Something where they try to do business with you or something like that, friend. But they were really coming around with ulterior motive. They were really coming around to steal from your business or something like that. And the truth came out. And they said that you was a snitch, friend. They said you was a snitch, or they just couldn't believe that their deep fears came out like that. That this was like such a big abuse, okay? And that this person also, like, you know, they got disillusioned as a thief, but they also just didn't have enough personal power or strength and spirit to become a maven like you. And people are saying that, you know, you literally gave this person a KO after, like, you know, it was just like, it was a knockout. They was trying to steal, but they ended up getting knocked the fuck out. Okay, they got done up real bad. Okay, but it's like they were trying to distract everybody, and you were, like, you know, trying to conceal it. We're saying that they were the fake person. They were trying to come around and do business, or trying to act like they was, you know, on the path to stardom with you. But they were really, like, when people realized that because, like, that they were a thief, they were like, oh, that person must have been really intimidated, or that person really had a lot of fear around you to be doing that. And so this was really their id shadow, you know, pain and shame came out or something like that. Okay, yeah, not them being fake at the get together. They was around stealing, friend. Yeah, the Hierophant reversed, the Empress. Yeah, not the Empress. And the Lovers. I think that you definitely took a journey to unconditional love with this person, because they were around you trying to act like they were trying to do business, friend. Like, yeah, this may have been at the club, or this may have been somebody else that was also in the same kind of spicy, you know, role as you, and they just saw your body and saw, you know, they had like, maybe they were struggling with some of the unconventional aspect of your relationship. I don't know what was going on, why the relationship could be unconventional, especially because it seemed like you guys were maybe doing the same athletic thing, or they were trying to act like they were there dedicated to transcending physical limitations. They were trying to act like they was handicapped, or they were trying to act like, you know, they had the personal power and strength of spirit. But this person literally, like, the way that you, even with them stealing from you, you still, like, even with the least amount of resources, you were able to, you bodied them so bad in a situation. Like people are literally saying that you gave them a KO. A Gemini saying that you gave them a KO. LOL, but this person was trying to steal from you, friend. They couldn't handle, I don't know why they couldn't handle, like, they were with you on a lot of different journeys. This person followed you around, and they may have been trying to, like, pin your landmarks or find your location. If your belongings came up missing, these were the people that were stealing from you, friend. Oh my God. And I think that you were able to achieve empathy for this person because you're a mother, okay? And you have unconditional love, okay? I think that you were able to achieve empathy with the Lovers. But this person was just not great, okay? They were not the Empress, okay? They were not whatsoever. And this is why they got a KO, is because all that stealing means that you were really, really not the Empress whatsoever. Like, and you were just like, okay. You know, because you had to take so many journeys with them and teach them so much, you know that they were just like your child. Like, you know, this bitch was your son and you didn't want custody. But you got custody of him anyway, friend. But whatever they were trying to do, they were trying to compete at first, or they were trying to do something destructive, and you just put them, I'm hearing you body bag their ass. And everybody's gossiping about how you became a maven, and that they never really had the dedication to transcend, that they never really became a maven. And so, like, all this time, you know, it was just like, it was a knockout. Like, some of them are trying to give this person time to grow, or, you know, give this person time to mature, to become receptive. But this person still has not transcended this handicap. This person is truly struggling. You know, I don't know what this could be, but this is literally somebody where both of you guys may have been children, but you were the maven. It was like you might have been in the same age group, like maybe a few years apart. And so they were really struggling with you as their authority. And so they might challenge your authority a lot. But I think that, you know, the gossip around this situation, whoever this was, they did not become the maven. They were not receptive with the Empress. And that people are literally saying that because you became the maven, you were the one that was most receptive, and you were the one that had the intuition to take the guided steps to hone the craft or something like that. And this other person just got a knockout trying to, like, you know, they were totally disconnected from reality, because, or maybe they just truly struggled with the idea of you being their authority, because both of you guys were children, and you were just like, I'm a very advanced child. Like, you were, and if they were trying to compete, they were not. They were a disabled or handicapped child, and you're not disabled. Like, some of you guys, you might have some very high IQ disabilities, but I think that this person was really truly not able. They were not comprehending, or they're still immature, very, very immature. So they were not, like, you know what I'm saying? They just need more mastery. They're a child or something like that. They're like, and they were like, they had a rude awakening when they see that you were, you know, that you were the mother, okay, of somebody's child. LOL. I mean, that's weird. They got a knockout. They got a KO trying to compete because they thought that you were another child in competition, but you were really this really advanced child that was getting ready for marriage and motherhood. They didn't know that, like, they didn't know that you were about to advance so fast in life. I'm hearing that this gossip is like, it's all about this the T-ness of this rapid acceleration, because it gave this person a knockout. And it was like, it was really your just desserts, because you, like, that was definitely comeuppance, because they were stealing from you, and you advanced. You had a rapid advancement, and this totally put this person in a coffin, because you were great fortune, and they're just somebody is going to prison. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, friends. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next one.